Is life too short?
Sometimes I think it is, and other times it just feels like it's not too short,
So long,
and
doesn't
it's
it?
long,
And there's
yeah.
enough time for everything.
There is, but
But we asked the question on Reddit, and so many people said they had anxiety and really bad anxiety from the fact that life was too short to do everything they needed to do.
do.
So, like to find a partner, to get a house, to get sorted, all these kind of things. What do you think?
I think it's time to get real with the
The
English
English
sisters.
Sisters. If you enjoy our podcast, please follow us on social media and also come and listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And you can also watch us on YouTube.
Yeah, the number one fast becoming podcast for anxiety relief.
So there you go. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I do feel as if life, in the past, I felt life is too short, and you can get in that vortex. It's like this running thing, isn't it? When you think, I'm never going to have enough time to do everything I want to do.
Well, I think if you use the metaphor running, you can say, or the analogy, you can say, is life a sprint or is it a marathon?
Well, you're very chuffed with yourself, aren't you?
I like to consider it as a marathon.
A marathon that you can kind of enjoy it, but it
Well,
still
it's a
has its
It
challenges.
has its challenges, but you're in there for the long run. It's not, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. I guess that is quite a good, like a metaphor to think about it like a marathon because, I mean, life does have its challenges. It can be extremely tiring, but it can also be exhilarating, exciting, fun. So, yes, I suppose. But what if you don't want to join the marathon? What
Well,
if
you
you're.
have to. You're alive. Well, you don't
You
have
mean
to.
you're
Talking seriously,
automatically.
you're automatically enrolled.
Exactly. So
And
you've automatically got that number on your
yes,
chest,
yes.
you're
So
ready
that's
to
a good
run.
thing because you don't have to make the effort of enrolling.
Rolling,
But I mean,
yeah.
obviously, if you didn't want to be enrolled into the marathon of life, then
You have to be
you
like a
have to opt
hermit,
out.
like, I mean, the marathon of
Well,
being in the
yeah,
social
in
world.
society, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could go and live off grid.
Off grid,
Yeah,
yeah.
just go and live somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Like a
In,
lot of people are actually choosing to do. They're choosing to live like a slower life now, where they cultivate their own food and vegetables and they live with the minimum possible so that they also say it's better for the environment as well
yeah,
without
we
doing
had
so
this
much.
Instagram follower and yeah, and I've just remembered his name, but I won't mention it. But he said that he actually was in IT, and then he was in architecture, but then he suddenly decided to just leave everything and move to the south of France, and it's a very very quiet area. There is practically nothing. He said on the streets, all you see are tractors and some sheep. And so he started living there in this gorgeous house, but it needed so much renovation. And he was practically just living off the little things he cultivated in his veggie garden. But then he said the neighbours were really sweet and they came over and they forced him to go to the supermarket with them in their car. He said
Why?
I think they were concerned about him because they
Right.
thought he's not,
He's not eating.
he's what this man, I mean, he's this new neighbour. He's been here for 6 months and he never goes shopping. They never ever seen him in the local supermarket. And yeah, I mean, that's one choice, isn't it, really?
Well, I think it's a choice that a lot of people are choosing to choose. But I think if you don't, I mean, that's quite a radical route,
That
isn't
is
it?
radical, yeah.
But if you choose to stay in the marathon, say like the societal marathon, there are, you can go at a really fast pace and be, like
The top
the
number
top
one.
number one. Otherwise, you can take it slower and just enjoy it, and enjoy it with all its challenges, and it will still be very, very rewarding, even more so, I would imagine.
Well, do you think there are any hacks to this marathon? Like you can get on the
Well, I think
underground.
people
instead of having to run it,
No, I don't think you there.
That's like a cheat, isn't it?
No, if it's in life, I mean, you have to go through everything, don't you?
You do.
You do. There's no opting out of that. But I think that the pressure that people feel, that we get so many, like,
inquiries
and when we ask the question, what's your number one cause of anxiety, this has come up so much that there's not enough time to find the perfect partner, the perfect place to live, where to live. People are even worried about, have I chosen the right place to live in? Because I mean,
well, can I find the right place to live in? That's the number one.
People now, they move, they don't stay like before, when they used to just stay in their little villages or towns.
Yeah, so it's
like there's a lot more pressure. I mean, before you were born in a little village, and you probably just stayed in that little village or town for the rest of your life.
I think now it's like, instead of running one marathon, you feel like you have to run so many different ones.
That's a good point.
I think that's a thing, because maybe like even when we were younger, okay, yes, there was always a marathon. There was always challenges. You had to run. You had to get your education. You had to get a good job. You had to get a family, etc., etc. But maybe it was just one. But maybe now there's like all these parallel marathons you feel you have to run.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
Yeah,
I think that's what,
you're not just running one. You have to run so many.
Yeah, there has to be the career, the finances,
the body. The body has to look good, and that's number one. People get so stressed. Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure now, which is unnecessary pressure, I think. Let's take the pressure off.
Let's stop running all these multiple marathons.
Just walk one marathon and be happy while we're doing it.
Yeah, or even just sit down and just enjoy.
Again. You can sit on the curb.
You can
get some water.
I mean, I think what we have to do is we have to really learn how to just, instead of feeling like we don't have enough time, we have to learn how to enjoy time and understand that time is a very playful element. You can make it go slower, or you can make it go faster. And it all depends on what's going on in your mind at that particular moment. You may have all experienced waiting at a dentist's. In the dentist's office, time never seems to pass. Medical appointments never goes, what is it? Whereas those same 15, 20 minutes, if you're enjoying yourself or just busy, immersed in something, they'll just fly past. So what is this thing about? Is time even real?
It's an illusion, isn't it? Created by us. I mean, the sun comes up and the sun goes down, but the rest of it
is an illusion.
It's an illusion that we've just kind of invented to help ourselves. But the time has also been like extended. Before, you'd get up and then you'd go to bed. You'd get up at sunrise, you'd go to
bed. Look for food, look for water. Yeah.
Sun at dusk, and then you would sleep, and then you'd get up early the next day. But now the fact that we have all the electricity and everything, currents always on our devices, that it's like there's a 24-hour day if you want it to be, or you can go out you can go to the supermarket in the middle of the night in
the city. Yeah.
So what does that mean? It means that there's always pressure to be doing. Before, Sundays used to be a day of rest, of nothing. Do you remember the boredom?
Oh my God, yeah. It was either prayer, because we went to a Catholic school and they kind of like wanted us to go to church on a Sunday, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, I mean, for many of you, it's the same thing, whatever religion. So it was a day of either prayer or boredom.
Well, not the whole day. It was just like...
But it felt like it, didn't it? Because you would get up in the morning, and even if you got up a bit late, you think, oh, now I have to get ready again, put the Sunday suit
But then when we stopped going to church, it was just boring, wasn't it? There was nothing to do.
I still liked it, though.
Well, we had lovely Sunday dinners, and it was relaxing. You didn't feel there was a boring film on telly that you felt as if you had to watch.
Well, because it was the only film. Yeah, it was probably the only film.
That was it then. And then afterwards it was...
It was read a book and go to bed.
Yeah, or listen to the radio.
We are talking about when we were little, though, aren't
Yeah,
we?
when we were little.
Yeah.
But that was all before. But many of you listening will be able to identify, because it was like even in the 90s and that only like really, if you're listening and you're really young, you won't. If you were born when we
In the 90s, yeah.
No, even no, after the 2000s,
After 2000,
really.
yeah.
Because even our children, they were born when it was really calm. They didn't have it. The internet was just starting, really.
Yeah,
they didn't have,
one of my
they
sons,
didn't have cell phones
99, and the other one, and he was already a little bit more, and he was born 1999. He already liked the little PlayStations and things.
Yeah, but they didn't have smartphones like today and be on TikTok and all these things they are now. That there's millions of things to keep you distracted.
Yeah.
And also to influence you negatively or positively. But unfortunately, a lot of the time it is negative, and it does cause a lot of anxiety.
So what's the solution here?
Well, today I was reading an article in Psychology Today, and they were saying that young minds are particularly influenced by social media. So they were saying it's actually quite dangerous for young minds, because they have so. Before, they were saying that before, it's normal for young people to want to seek attention, because that's how we are. Because we obviously, you grow up and you want to be
You
part
want to
of
be seen and heard.
want to be seen and heard and acknowledged. But they said before it would be like going to school maybe with your favourite new jeans on that you just bought.
Yeah.
And someone, maybe the
excited.
guy or the girl that you like, gave you a little look,
Compliment. Yeah.
and a happy, and that would be it. But
You're
now
right.
you post a picture on one of the social media sites,
And you want to get the
and
likes.
you want to get the likes, and you want to get the recognition, and your brain is fired for reward, which causes a hell of a lot of anxiety if you do not fit into the number of likes that you expect to get.
My goodness.
So
So
it
you
is
say, I've only
hell.
got 7 likes,
It's
only got
hell.
20 likes.
And then
200.
it can go on for such a long time. So they're saying, really, as parents or caregivers, we have to protect our children from this like
And
assault.
it seems mean, doesn't it?
seems
Saying
mean,
no,
of
don't
course
go
it seems mean.
on the social media sites. I mean, you think, what's wrong? Well, why is my mum and dad like this? They're so
Why
mean.
are they so mean and horrible?
Everyone
and backward?
else is giggling, and having a great time.
But I think we have to educate our children
Just to make them realise it.
To make them realise what it is, and to teach them. Our brains are fired for reward. So you will get a like, and teach them how it works, how your brain actually works, so they know, oh, I got a like that and I wanted a reward. But
Yes.
it's not a real reward. It's just, it's like an illusion. It's like pretend.
Yeah.
So it's very, I think it's very confusing for young people, but also for adults it's actually very confusing as well. And even people like women like us that are well into their
old age.
older ages, they are struggling as well, because they suddenly feel that before, maybe when we reached like middle age, you thought, oh, that's it now, I've done it, I've been there, done it all.
Yeah.
Hey, jolly good.
Yeah.
Settle down for a life of like just
comfort and teas
and coffees and eating
But now,
cakes.
no.
Now there's a pressure to look good.
Yeah.
To be like what you were saying, a certain size. There's always an I am not enough.
God, I mean, I just hate that.
It's awful.
I hate it. I would say, let's start a massive campaign on getting rid of this.
And breathing in.
I mean, I know there's the famous, the I am not enough. God, exactly. Yeah, I mean, she's done wonders with that. I am not enough, and
I am enough.
she's got the I am enough. Yeah, she's done immense work with that and helped millions of people with it. So I think we have to, say a big hello to her and a big thank you to her. But there is still so much that's needed. It's just incredible how this I am not enough is like what you said. It's like
you're never enough. That's the irony of it.
That's what
irony of it.
That's what the big companies need us to believe, though, isn't it?
So that we keep buying
creams, beauty, whatever it is, household, whatever, televisions. It's never enough. Never enough. Gosh. Just heard the
The little
cat
cat.
screaming. I mean, you probably didn't hear it,
Had a
but
little stray cat.
yeah, the little
It
stray
was
cat.
funny.
It's like every September
Yeah.
a stray cat arrives. So.
I know, but
Last September
but
we
only
got a little
here,
one.
and
Yeah. Little one arrived in the garden. I mean, she's as cute. She was so skinny. And she's been called Tilly. And then this September, the beginning of September, another little one arrived, a little black and white one. She's so cute. And then she was always hiding in the what's it called, in the fireplace. So we decided to call her Cinderella because she actually came out of the fireplace covered in cinders, and she always goes under there. I mean, the fireplace is not on yet; it's been summer, but yeah, you couldn't. I mean, what is this? Every September, a new little cat arrives. I think people abandon them in August, still here in
I'd rather
Italy.
not think about that. But anyway, I mean, we haven't accepted this. But if you do, obviously do.
What are you
do
talking?
adopt.
I do it. Yeah.
Do adopt little stray cats.
Well,
if
yeah.
you can.
If you can, they're
I'm
adorable.
sure it doesn't happen everywhere. I mean, sometimes, like what I was saying, in the UK, it's really hard to get a cat.
It's hard to get a cat, yeah. I mean, here, I don't know. It's probably because we're in the Italian countryside and they still do not neuter cats. And I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, they're giving us a lot of joy, these little rescue cats.
The thing is, I think, is to live a little bit more like the animals.
Yeah, let's go back down to that. Let's
to-
observe them more. Because why
They don't have
do
all
we
this
love our
stress.
pets so much?
They don't have all this stress accumulated of who they have to be and what they have to do.
No, there's actually called pet envy now. I mean, where you're just like envious of your dog and your cat because you just
they
think,
get
look
such a
at
good
you.
life.
Yeah, you're just, before it used to be the opposite, wasn't it? Oh, you're working like a dog.
Yeah,
Did that used to be an
I don't
expression,
think
like
that
a
was.
horse?
No horse.
Oh, okay. Yep. But now it's like, God, I wish I was my dog. They don't work, they get fed, they get love every single minute of the day. The cats just lounge around, enjoy the sun, then when the fire's on, sit and cuddle by the fire. But I guess each one of us has our own challenges because the cats, I mean, like now they're having a little fight out there.
Well, yeah, but I think in general they're not like always thinking for the next step.
No, it's
The
a pressure.
The pressure. The trick is if you are having anxiety, because to go back to what we were talking about, because you are feeling that there's not enough time, do think of it more like a marathon where you can stop and have a glass of water and then just carry on calmly. It's not about running and running and running.
Though.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because it is a marathon.
It
Because
is.
in the end, it's a long race, isn't it? That's how we've been brought up.
We've been brought up to think it's a race, but
It's a race to the end. But
I
at
would
the
like
end,
it-
where'd you go?
yeah, then there's just death at the end.
Yeah.
So
But I think some people need to think it's a marathon because it gives them the discipline to actually go and strive for what they want to strive for in life. So it encourages them. Because if you think, well, it's not a marathon, there's no point, I'm just going to sit on the couch all day and do nothing.
yeah, but that's impossible unless you're like you've been like you're like a pet. Somebody's looking after you.
Yeah, but there's do you know how many people have
the depression.
Depression and they can't get out of bed? But that's a different thing.
That's a different thing,
We're
yeah.
not talking about that.
No.
But but I mean, just to get
The
to
umph.
strive to get the umph to want
have
to be better, to do better every day.
Yes.
Because it's nice to do better because it gives you self-esteem, it gives you confidence, you feel good.
Yeah.
You're doing better. You're not getting worse. You're doing better. It's nice.
Yeah, it's
a
nice.
nice natural thing, I think,
It is
for
a
people
nice
to want to
thing.
improve.
Yeah.
But
But
that's
not
one
improve too
thing,
much.
But
though.
not.
Just-
It's like, don't feel bad if you can't do it. I mean, now there's even pressure on the fact you have to sleep properly.
Come on, let's
If
just
you don't
release this
sleep
pressure.
properly,
yeah.
you don't. You have to log your sleep. You have to log your
my
water. You have to log your
goodness
food. You have to log this, log that, log this. What are we?
One big log.
What?
Mamma mia, as the
It's just-
Italians would
Yeah,
say.
it's just like,
Let's chill
just
a little
chill and
bit.
have a bit of la dolce vita.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy dinners and friends and family and our jobs too, our careers. Yeah, let's enjoy them. But hey, if we don't find the perfect partner today, the perfect partner will come tomorrow.
Or even if the partner isn't perfect, because there is no really such thing as a perfect
But the
partner
perfect partner in your eyes,
your
until you're
eyes.
ready to accept the non-perfection.
Actions of this partner. Yes. So yeah, let's just all just become more aware of what's happening, and we can enjoy our little social media things, but let's look at it with an eye of wisdom that we all have, and it could really be helpful to have, and just become more aware, of the fact that maybe, yes, life is a marathon, but we can also take a break and
I can always enroll next year.
yeah, you said you're already enrolled, so you can
take
stop
a break.
though. Yeah, you can stop.
You can pause, I think.
You can pause it, I think. Yeah, and then just enjoy such simple things, and life will seem longer in the end.
Well, I think it's also long, and I think like what I was noticing when I was scrolling through TikTok, I was noticing that most of the videos have been sped up. Like they've been edited in a way that they're sped up,
Right? Yeah, to go fast.
so that to catch your attention really quickly. But I feel, we know as hypnotherapists that when things are sped up, they cause anxiety.
They do unconsciously, yeah,
without us even realizing it. And so what's happening? We're also psychologically encouraged to speed up in our lives and in what we're doing, to do more, be more, all the time.
Goodness me.
And it's just no. It's
no.
It's just no.
It's
no good.
No good. No.
It's
no way.
We're not buying into that. And
no, I think
it.
We should really all just have a little revolution. So we're not doing that. And I remember once I enrolled into this newsletter. It was slowdown.org. Big shout out to them, because they would tell you lovely little stories of how slow things are going, and it was cute. And I think we should think about more of these things. Slowing down
and enjoying.
Yeah. And okay, you may have had a frenetic day at work or something, but then when you come home, you can make things go slower if you take the time to even to cook a lovely meal or something. You feel like while you're cooking and touching the food that you're going to enjoy, that can be great pleasure. That can enjoy it. Don't just rush. Don't rush even when you don't need to rush. Rush for what?
Like when you get home,
to then scroll again.
Yeah, that's it.
And go to scroll or to watch a series that you're watching on Netflix or whatever.
No.
Oh, dear me. Yes. It's time to say no.
It's time to say no to anxiety.
Yes.
And
to the rush, and to the pressure, and to the pressure. We're just beyond the marathon. You can do your little jog and your little run and enjoy it,
and get fit from
it. And take that as a life lesson. I'll be fit from my life. I'm going to learn. I'm going to enjoy the feedback that life brings me and gives me.
Gives me health.
And gives me health, exactly.
Health, happiness, love.
And wisdom.
Wisdom and compassion. What do you think? Do you feel the same way as so many people do, that life is a big rush and you haven't got enough time to do everything you need to do?
Yeah, do let us know.
Let us know how you're feeling about it.
Are you fed up like we are, and you just think, no, we're going to say no to all of this, and just... Even if you don't want to move somewhere rural and abandoned and become a hermit, you can still kind of do a bit of a hermit in your everyday life. A little bit of that hermit thinking is not bad, I think. Well, I don't know. Let us know.
Let us know. Remember, please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and come and see us on social media too, and follow us there as well.
Yeah, say hello. Say hello.
Say hello. Bye. Lots of love. Bye-bye.